I gotta get my sassy fan to start the opening. Hello there! Welcome back to Max's Writer's Life Vlogs, where I talk about my own process, my own creative adventures, as well as offering writing advice and inspiration to you and many other viewers out there. Today, we're going to be doing a little bit of reviewing. I'm gonna talk about my favorite, what I consider to be the best, almost objectively, the best writing program. There's a lot to talk about. I'll also be covering my personal updates, so I say that we just take it from the top. But what was I up to this week? Well, this week I was still stuck in editing hell. I am currently revising 2 smaller books, let's just say that. Let's go on with that. 2 smaller books that I'm revising at the same time. If I had to offer a tip for revision along those same lines, I recommend being incredibly critical with your story. One of the biggest pieces of advice that I can give you is when you're revising your story and reading it, first off, I hope that you let the story sit for a long while, because having the distance incredibly helps. It creates this gap between the version of yourself that you are right now and the version of yourself that wrote that story weeks, months ago. But my primary advice would be to actually be critical. Be super critical of the story. And I'm not talking about being cruel or being harsh, but I'm talking about looking at the story and asking yourself, if I had paid for this book, if I had bought this book off a bookshelf or off online, would I let this thing slide? Would I let this sentence structure, this plot twist, would I let this slide? Ultimately, as writers and content creators, we're creating the sort of content that we would like to see. And I find that being true to what you like and what you enjoy can, do wonders. Not only because, you're creating the sort of content that you love, but also because you're creating something that you can be proud of. Something that you can look at and say, yeah, this is what I like, this is me, this is what I enjoy, and I created it without apologies, without hesitation, without doubt. So again, be critical, ask yourself, if I read this somewhere else, would I let this slide? Would I let it go easy? Or would I think that I could do better? But yeah, being critical can really help make the story a lot more effective. That being said, there's another thing that happened this week for me and for the channel. My Sims 4 Legacy Challenge LP finally went up! Yay! It's funny following that journey because I first talked about the idea of doing so on one of these vlogs, and your reception was amazing. So again, thank you for inspiring me, pushing me into starting that Let's Play. It's up there for you to watch. There are several episodes going up. It's basically taking the main slot for Let's Play videos on the channel, so you have lots and lots of episodes to look forward to. But yeah, that's what I was up to this week. I recorded LP videos and I did lots and lots of editing while being critical to my writing as a way to make it the best possible. Now, with that being said, we're still in the middle of Camp NaNoWriMo, and a bunch of you are writing, and I thought that I would take a moment to talk about my favorite writing software. Why am I talking about this subject? Why am I suddenly bringing this up? And it came because of one of my wonderful Twitter followers was having issues looking for a writing software, and I just snuck in. I just I leaned in through the doorway, and I was like, "Yo, have you heard about this program?" And I realized that it's been a long while since I talked about this, and I've gotten a lot of followers, and it's been a while, and I can't expect everyone to go back and watch Season 1 of Max Does Writing Advice, mostly because those videos didn't look very well. Don't go back. Don't do it. It's fine. You don't have to go back and watch those videos back when I didn't know how lighting worked and how to put on makeup. It's fine. You don't need proof. Just take my word for it. So let's take a moment to talk about my favorite, what I consider to be the best writing program out there. Now, one of the things that I really hate about reviews and people talking about particular media per se is that they talk about what makes it good, but without explaining their own particular point of view, because ultimately we're all being biased people. And let's begin this video by me talking about what I'm looking for in a writing program. What makes a writing program good for me? Now, I think that when it comes to any part of the writing process, you need the right tool for the job. The tool that enables you to dedicate your mental energy and your physical energy fully to the task at hand, whether it is writing or editing or whatever. And the right tool for the job when it comes to writing, the act of writing, for me, it requires a couple of things. First off, it has to be distraction-free. I just want to write. I don't want anything else. I just want the writing in front of me and nothing else. I want to just sit down, look at my monitor, and think only of the writing. Following up on that point, I also need this writing program to have the ability to disable spell check. This may make me sound like a radical, but I actually don't have spell check on when I write. Mostly because if I misspell a word and there's a little red line under it telling me that I misspelled it, generally that tends to distract me from the act of writing, and I will go back and fix those things. And honestly, real talk here, I'm going to revise the story. I'm gonna fix all of those misspellings, so why let them slow me down? Why let them distract me from the act of writing? And now, as for the last thing that I'm looking for in a writing program, I look for it to be customizable. I am a very visual person. I want to be able to change the font, to change the font size, and to be able to change the way that the writing is structured on my screen. Now, you may be looking at all these requirements and thinking, Max, that's too much. There's no way there's a program out there that has all of this. And you're wrong! There is. There is a program that has all of these features and more, and it's free. And it's called Focuswriter. Focuswriter is a free writing program available for pretty much every platform. Let's go down the list and talk about all the things that I'm looking for in a writing program. Is it distraction-free? Yes! All you have in front of you is the writing and nothing more. Focus on getting the writing done. You sit down, you get words done. Simple as that. Can you turn off spell check? Yes, absolutely. You can turn off spell check. You can also add daily goals, and it has a bunch of other different, very, very interesting settings. Can you customize it? Yes, 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 you can. There are just so many options. There's just so much you can do with this program. Best of all, absolutely best of all. And this is totally under the hood, and most people won't even notice this, but Focuswriter has a feature that I was about to drop when I was first looking for a new writing program. I was about to drop upwards of $75 on a really, really fancy writing software because it had one feature. And I was about to drop that money because I really wanted that feature. And Focuswriter has that feature for free. What's that feature, you ask? Well, you know when you're writing sometimes and like you keep going down with the writing, and at one point you have to like keep looking down at the bottom of the screen and your neck starts hurting, and doesn't that just suck to have to be looking down at all times or have to scroll up just so the line that you're writing on is in the center on top of the screen? Well, Focuswriter has a fix for that. All you gotta do is just check this box and boom! The line that you're currently writing is centered. It's like it's a typewriter or something. It's amazing. During my journey as a writer, I have downloaded and I've bought a lot of writing programs. I've tried tons of them. And I was never satisfied. I remember that I bought OMWriter, OMM Writer. That was a really good program. And I preached the hell out of that, but it wasn't customizable. And there were features that I didn't like, and it didn't have the ability to center it. And I was this close. I was this close to buying Ulysses 3, which was a really expensive writing program, just to have the ability to have the typewriter writing, to have the line you're currently working on be centered in the center of the screen. That right there, that is worth the money. But this is free. I absolutely think Focuswriter is worth your time. I think that if you haven't already, you should go give it a download, play around with the settings, there's just so much. If you would like to give Focuswriter a try, there should be a link to it in the description down below, and if you really, really, really like it, consider leaving a donation for the people who made it, because seriously, this program is worth it. And it's free, it's just amazing, please go give it a download. But with that said, I've gone on way too long, I want to thank you for watching. Again, remember that when it comes to any task you do in life, you gotta find the best tool for the job, and when it comes to the act of writing, to sit down, push the world away, put on the headphones, and just write, I think that I have found my favorite, and I think that I found what I believe to be the best writing software out there, and I can't believe that it's free. It's just amazing. I used to preach the heck out of OMWriter until I found Focuswriter, and it's just so good. Please, go give it a try. Please do. But anyhow, I've gone on way too long. For the time being, I want to know how your week has been going. Have you been writing? Have you been reading anything cool? Please let me know in the comments down below. And of course, as always, if you have a writing question or an idea for a subject you would like me to tackle in a future video, leave it down in the comments below as well. For the time being though, I gotta get going. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me, and I'll see you on the next one. Max, are you just holding the fan to look cool? No, it's actually really hot here in California. It's weird because I live close to the beach and like it's foggy and cold, but then it just goes through like flashes of just really hot temperature. So my Mount Fuji fan here is keeping me company. Now with that being said,